Now let me get ready. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. As you know, my name is Tegan. As always, it's a pleasure to be here and offer my practice to you and with you. Bon matin tout le monde. Comme vous savez, je m'appelle Tegan. Comme toujours, c'est un plaisir d'être ici avec vous. Donc, pour notre cours ce matin, nous avons besoin d'une ceinture, une brique si vous en avez, et une couverture. So for our class today, I encourage you to get a blanket, a strap if you have one, a skipping rope, or a belt even if you're practicing at home, and if you could, a block of some kind. Though what will be more important for today is the strap and the blanket. Nous allons continuer notre série sur les os de femur. We're going to continue our series grounding the femur bones. Today we're going to look at downward dog as well as a wide stance forward bend, as well as a short leg or short stance forward bend to get these things together. So Paschimottanasana, Prasarita Padottanasana, and Supta Parangudashana, as well as Adho Mukha Svanasana. So when you're ready, I encourage you to come down onto your back. Quand vous êtes prête, je vous encourage de juste reposer le dos par terre. So you can come down as so. Here we have the thigh bones parallel, the knees are bent, the feet hip width, les pieds sont la largeur de la hanche, les genoux pliés. Je peux relâcher les bras juste vers les côtés. I can relax my arms down to the side. Je ferme les yeux. So of course I can relax my eyes. I'm going to come up, but please stay. S'il vous plaît, restez. Little disclaimer. If you encourage to engage in this practice, please know that I'm not responsible for any injuries that may occur. You are practicing at your own risks. S'il vous plaît, saviez que vous pratiquez ici à votre propre risque. Et moi, je ne suis pas variable à aucune blessure. Juste pour le dire. On peut expirer, we can exhale, just softening the eyes, les yeux sont relâchés. Le front, le visage relâché, the forehead, the face is soft. La langue relâchée, the tongue is soft. The tongue softens down into the back of the throat. La mâchoire s'est relâchée. The jaw is relaxed, released. And we can catch the breath. Nous attrapons le souffle. On observe comment la tête c'est lourd. We notice how the head is heavy. On observe c'est où l'arrière du tête qui s'est tranquillement pressé par terre. And we ask ourselves, where is the weight of my head resting on the floor? Nous tournons tranquillement le menton vers la gorge. We can gently turn the chin in towards the throat, opening through the back of the neck. Nous ouvrons l'arrière du cou. Nous expirons, les os sont lourds. We exhale, the bones are heavy. As the eyes soften, les yeux sont doux. Même le cerveau s'est relâché. Even the brain is cool. Les lèvres relâchées. Even the lips are soft. On observe comment la colonne cervicale, comment ça penche vers la gorge. We notice how from the back of the neck, the nape of the neck is on the ground, but the cervical spine, the neck, it sort of tilts up towards the throat. On observe comment la cage thoracique et la colonne thoracique se penchent vers le plancher. We notice how the thoracic spine near the rib cage, it dips down towards the floor, supporting the torso and the back body. On observe comment les omoplates sont relâchées par terre. We notice how the scapula are resting on the ground. The shoulder blades, the shoulders themselves resting on the floor. Comment la cage thoracique s'enlarge et relâche avec chaque expiration. And how the rib cage here, it expands and contracts with every breath. On observe comment le ventre se lève avec l'inspiration. The belly lifts on the inhale. Et avec l'expiration, le ventre se relâche. The belly softens down on the exhale. Nous invitons de la bonheur. We invite wellness with every inhalation. And we invite a spirit of light. Nous invitons l'esprit de l'amour, de la lumière with every inhalation. Avec chaque expiration, on relâche tout qui ne nous servent pas. Exhaling, we release that which does not serve or create wellness. On observe comment ici la colonne lombaire se penche vers le ventre. We notice how the lower spine, the lumbar spine, it dips up towards the belly. Et comment les hanches sont lourdes par terre, how the hips are grounded. So here in total, we notice that S-shaped curve of the spine. Nous observons comment la colonne ici, c'est comme un S. How from the nape of the neck it dips up, how it dips towards the floor behind the heart and then up again at the lower belly. Comment les hanches sont lourdes, the hips are heavy, the back of the pelvis is broad. Allowing every inhale to lift the belly, expand the ribs and then the chest. Exhaling, the belly softens as well. We allow the thigh bones now to feel heavy and sort of dip towards the posterior side of the pelvis. So what I mean by that is, first we feel the femur bones, the thigh bones, just nestled into the pelvis. On observe ici en commencement les os fémurs qui se penchent vers le bassin et comment ils sont dans un petit nid à l'intérieur du bassin. And secondarily, we notice that connection from the thigh bone to the pelvis. On observe ici la connexion de l'os fémur au bassin. And that space, it's called the groin. And here we just let the thigh bones be heavy. On laisse les os fémurs devenir lourds. And as if there was a sandbag just nestled across the groin, we let the thigh bones, the femur bones drop down into the base of the pelvis, hollowing through the groins. Nous laissons donc les os fémurs devenir lourds et la tête de l'os fémur se penche vers le fond du bassin. Letting there be space at the top of the groins as the thigh bones are heavy, anchoring down as that space in the tops of the groins opens up. Now this creates lots of space for a neutral spine, as you can see. Donc, cette action ici, ça donne de la longueur à la colonne neutre. And with the breath now, we allow for just that sensation, that anchoring sensation, continue to occur through the thighs. Avec l'inspiration, le ventre se lève. L'expiration, les os fémurs s'ancrent. Inhaling, the belly rises. Exhaling, the thigh bones anchor. Finding your own breath. Nous trouvons notre rythme avec le souffle. Et si vous avez une intention pour votre pratique, if you have an intention for your practice today, you can create one. L'un que j'offre, my offering of a mantra for today's class is based on our series on love. Donc, nous observons une série sur l'amour. Mon offre aujourd'hui, c'est l'amour n'est pas jalouse. My offering or my mantra today is love is not jealous. Donc, avec l'inspiration, on peut dire silencieusement à nous-mêmes, l'amour n'est pas, et sur l'expiration, jalouse. Therefore, on the inhalation, we can say silently to ourselves, love is not, and exhaling, jealous. Almost like a prayer of releasing jealousy from our spirits, from our bones. Donc, c'est comme une petite prière avec chaque expiration. On laisse la jalousie sortir de nos os, en sortir de notre esprit. Thigh bones anchoring, groins are hollow. On peut prendre à peu près 3 souffles en plus. We'll take about 3 more breaths. We'll take 1 more breath. And on your exhalation, you can begin to wiggle the fingers, the toes. Je vous invite à bouger les doigts, les orteils avec l'expiration. You can start to rock between the thighs if that helps. Just bringing new life back into the body. Nous invitons de nouveau le mouvement dans le corps. Okay, this still works. Okay. Now, on your next exhalation, we can draw the right thigh to the chest. Nous expirons la cuisse droite à la poitrine. Can you see me? Yes. So good. Le pied gauche est flexé. So here my left foot is flexed. The right thigh softens down. So it's almost as if I had a blanket between my hip and my thigh. I encourage the thigh bone to press away, almost as if this part of the thigh bone was lifting up as the groin hollows and the thigh bone softens towards the belly. Now, this action is quite interesting. We'll continue to explore it throughout the practice. Donc, cette action, c'est pas mal compliqué. Donc, nous allons continuer avec notre exploration pendant la pratique. Continuing to find your mantra, nous continuons de trouver notre mantra. L'amour n'est pas jalouse. Love is not jealous. Et avec la prochaine expiration, nous allons changer la jambe. So we'll change legs on your next exhale. Now the right foot is flexed. Donc maintenant, la jambe droite, c'est long, le pied flexé. Et c'est la jambe gauche qui est pliée, qui relâche vers la poitrine. That left thigh is softening towards the belly. Left foot is flexed. And here it's almost as if we had a blanket between the belly and the thigh in that hip crease, almost lifting the base of that thigh bone up as we hollow the groins back. On observe la longueur et la neutralité de la colonne. So we also observe here the neutrality of the spine in its elongation. So now you can see there's space under my lower back, but the back of the heart is anchored down by the shoulder blades. And then there's space under my neck. That S shape of the neutral spine is very present. So if you find your lumbar spine is pressing down and this thigh is lifting, ease up on that left leg, lengthen the right leg long, and you see how that helps my lumbar spine here to lift a bit more. If I force this leg down, I can lose that lumbar curve. We don't want that. Keep this soft. Lift here, open through the groin, and soften the knee down at an angle that works for the spine. Now we can exhale, release. Nous allons expirer, relâcher. If you have a strap, please grab it. Si vous avez votre ceinture, s'il vous plaît, prenez-le. Now we'll start. Oh, my hair. Just lengthen that right leg to the sky. Nous allons allonger la jambe droite vers le ciel. Maintenant, c'est la jambe gauche longue. So now that left leg is long, that left foot is flexed. And again, we try not to hike this left hip up by engaging here through the torso. We encourage a lengthening of that thigh bone away from the shoulder. That is that grounding action through the femur, as well as that hollowing sensation through the groin that we're going to continue to explore. So now I have my right hand and my right leg in connection. As I lengthen that hip bone, that thigh bone, parallel to the opposite wall, I encourage this thigh to be in alignment with that wall. My spine here is still neutral. You can see that. So again, if I feel like I'm crushing my lower back down and this leg is lifting, ease up on this leg. I might look more like this. That's okay. I might actually have a little bend in the knee. I can still hollow that groin and anchor that thigh with a gentle bend. Listen to your body. We want to maintain the integrity of the spine of the lower back while also engaging every cell of the body. Nous engageons chaque cellule du corps avec l'inspiration. We want to find life through this practice. Now, we're going to exhale, release. Nous allons expirer, relâcher. Switching legs. Whole new sensation. Isn't that so funny? Now again, if you feel like you're hiking up through the hip here, we can take this left hand, press it to the thigh bone, and lengthen the thigh away from the shoulders, from the chest, and towards that wall, more closer to my right foot, the long leg. Now, I keep that neutral spine. La colonne, c'est toujours longue et neutre. So here again, if my lower spine is flattened or crushed and this leg is lifting, ease up on that left leg. Je relâche la jambe gauche. Je presse la cuisse droite par terre. Anchor this thigh bone down. Long neutral spine, engage here through the core. And continue to lengthen this thigh bone away. Je continue d'allonger la cuisse gauche vers le mur opposé. Mais si ça m'aide, je plie tranquillement la genou. So remember, I can gently bend that knee if it helps to keep that spine neutral and to engage this right thigh bone to the floor. Now, previously in our previous classes, we had been working on this grounding action of the thigh bone through the right leg. So this time we should know that this thigh is anchored, that right foot is flexed, and here now we're starting to find that action of opening through the groin. Now I am going to get my practice. Need to lengthen here through my leg too. Isn't it fun? Now I get to practice. Normally when I'm teaching, I'm walking around, giving adjustments. Today, I can have some fun. Bon, quand j'ai prêt, je relâche. So I can exhale and release. Now I'm going to exhale both my knees. J'expire les deux genoux. And again, you might be right here. That's perfectly fine. You might even be here. C'est bon. N'importe où que vous êtes, écoutez vos limitations. Always listen to your limitations here. There's no need to hike. You see how immediately now I've curled through the lower spine. That's okay. But we want to find a healthy, just relaxed action where the thigh bones can soften down without tension. So here now, for me, I can soften my thigh bones in and keep a decently neutral spine. So my spine is inevitably starting to round. That's okay, but I don't want to be hiking, you see. I don't want to be creating tension. I soften the thighs towards the belly, let the pelvic floor fall open as the hips hollow. And now we can just exhale, release, on expire, on relâche, we can come down and out. Now, if you have your blanket, si vous avez une ceinture, excuse-moi, une couverture, nous allons le prendre et nous allons l'ouvrir. So we're going to open our blankets to approximately, now, okay. Oh, you guys. I know that you're just grabbing a blanket willy-nilly. Open your blanket wide. Fold it the long way to the center. These are very specialized teachings. Fold it the long way again. Now, if you want these teachings, you're going to have to pay for them on my website. Fold it the long way again. Oh, right. Sorry, okay. Nope. Stay here. Reste ici. This is what we need for this posture. Now, come down. We're going to take our blanket and roll it. We're going to create a little rolling action here. You might not want to go too far, but you're trying now to create a little round here in the groin. So as I press my thigh bones down and I lift my belly up and over, I can feel the thigh bones pressing away, and there's a space that's created here in my hip crease. That's what we want, okay? So listen to your body and find the depth or the roll power that you need. You might find some days you need more, some days you need less. Once you have that, we're coming into a child's pose. I encourage you to draw the knees together if you can. Now, if you have a bolster or if you have a block, then you can place that under the buttocks or under the chest. You can even place it under the head. So I'll show you what that looks like here without my blanket. This is my block under the head. You see, I have a nice round spine. I can just relax my arms down. If I want, I could bring them forward. I can even draw them back here. But I'm not doing this. No, don't do this. Not good. Not good for your back. Not good for your neck. Chin towards the throat. You see that healthy round curve of the spine. Now I can bring my block under my chest. Healthy round curve of the spine. You see, chin towards the throat. Or under the hips. Whatever you need. We're going to stay here. So those of you who are already here, please stay. Now we're going to let the spine gently, healthily round. La colonne s'arrondisse naturellement. Thigh bones are together. As the groins hollow back, vous allez continuer. Please stay. I'm going to come out. Allow that blanket. On encourage ici où on laisse le couverture ouvrir les cuisses vers l'arrière. So you want to feel those thigh bones dropping back as the groins hollow and open. We let the spine stay nice and round, healthily. We can even bring the skin of the forehead towards the nose. Même le pot du front se penche vers le nez. This is going to create a cooling action. Chin stays towards the throat, shoulder blades are relaxed. Les omoplates, les épaules sont relâchées. Love is not jealous. L'amour n'est pas jalouse. Now we'll take 3 more breaths here with this focus. Nous allons prendre 3 souffles en plus. L'amour n'est pas jalouse. Love is not jealous. Now, one vertebrae at a time, une vertèbre à la fois. Roll the spine. Nous allons rouler la colonne. Ooh, let that tension come. Roll the shoulders back. We should feel the thigh bones already grounded more and with more ease here in that lower back. Now, we're going to exhale the hands forward. Remove your blanket. On relâche notre couverture. We're going to find a cat-cow. Exhaling, rounding. Inhale, sitting bones lift. Inhale, sitting bones lift. L'expiration, nous arrondissons. L'inspiration, on lève les ischions. We continue. Find your own rhythm. Love is not jealous. And we can exhale, lengthening the sitting bones back now, coming to a downward dog. On expire pour un chien. Now we're going to spend an entire other series looking at the arms. If you're following my classes in the studio, then you already have some of these teachings. Engage the arms in that external rotation. And when you're ready, we can look to the hands, taking a step, many steps, or a jump forward. Now bring the hands to the shins, anchor the heels, lift the chest, shoulders draw down the back. Now we're going to work on the thighs here. Exhale, release. On expire, on relâche. Et on lève. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands come down. Now, thigh bones. The feet are going to turn gently in. This is called pigeon toeing. It's an action that happens deep in the femur bone as there's a gentle rotation of the actual bones. It engages through the outer hips to create a gentle internal rotation of the thighs. The feet will inevitably turn in like a gentle pigeon toe here. So we're going to explore that, engage through the core, ground through the heels. Now, open through the hip creases, the groin, as we lengthen first the sitting bones back. Now, we just did our nice cat-cow, so these lumbar spine muscles should be engaged. If you're doing this, engage the core. Open and lift. Okay? That is so important. Open through the pelvic floor, engage through the core. Press the thigh bones away. Now, if I'm good, I can bring my hands to the hips. We're going to stay here. If you want an additional challenge, open the arms out to the side and float. But what I do not want to see is for you to start rounding and collapsing. Now, I can't be here to correct you. You have to self-correct. If you're like this, please rock the pubic bone back, lift the core, engage the shoulders down the back and towards each other. Bring the hands to the hips. Press those thigh bones back, grounding the femurs, and then we could consider adding a gentle internal rotation of the legs, but that is not necessarily the focus of our practice today. It's more of that, just press the thigh bones away. As I lengthen out the crown of the head, chin comes towards the throat, continue engaging here. Now bend your knees first, and then round the spine. You see how that's so critical. Come right back. Now come back to where we were. If I were to round the spine first, I'm right back where I was. I don't want to be here. I engage neutral spine, bend the knees first, and then relax the spine down. Okay, now inhale, lift back up. Exhale, the hands come down. Now, if you're not super flexible, bend the knees, okay? Bend the knees, the hands come down. You can come all the way. There's no pressure. If it helps, you can even do it back here. From there, take a step, many steps, or a jump to your plank posture, okay? Now, we'll come to the knees. Tailbone is heavy. If you're advanced in your practice, stay right where you are. You know what you need. Be broad through the back of the shoulders and lift through the core. From here, soften the elbows back. Keep them on top of the wrists. Now we're going to do an entire series on chaturanga. So we'll get to this. Exhale, come down to the belly. Now I'm scooching back just so you can stay on camera, but from here, keep the hands under the elbows. Engage the shoulder blades together, chin towards the throat. We're going to stay just like this. Press the toes down. Chin stays towards the throat. C'est les orteils maintenant qui sont ancrés, le menton vers la gorge. Let the back of the ribs be like butterfly wings or something. They're nice and wide, broad. I'm breathing through wide ribs. From here, now I press into my hands. I lift the chest. I'm not doing this. My shoulder blades stay down, chin towards the throat. Engage, press through the arms. My chest engages. If I can, I engage my knees too. But I can stay here, but I don't want to see you dumping. I don't want to see you doing this. Oh my gosh, especially the ladies. I gotta call you out. If you're like this, wake up. And exhale back. Stay here. We'll stay here for another 3 breaths. Love is not jealous. L'amour n'est pas jalouse. Let the breath be full. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Nous allons expirer les genoux par terre. Now we'll exhale, the knees come down. Again, now lift through the core, pressing through the hands, tuck the toes, float the knees about an inch from the ground. We're going to stay here. If you have a lot of trouble on your wrists, you can come down and do this just like this. Just walk the knees a little back. Lift up slightly. Okay, tailbone is heavy here if you're like this. But if you're here, the pelvis is quite neutral. Tailbone is still heavy as we engage the core like there's a big ball under the belly. Now, we're going to exhale, lengthen the arms, lengthen the hips back. We're going to come back to our downward dog. Now, as we rest here, nous sommes ici. So I encourage you now to gently bend the knees. Let the belly float towards the thighs, and as if there was a strap around the legs that was lengthening the hip bones back, hollow the groins, lift the sitting bones, and press the thigh bones away from your belly, away from the chest, as you hollow the groins back. Love is not jealous. L'amour n'est pas jalouse. Now we're going to exhale, take the left foot forward. We open the legs wide Now here again, the thigh bones are heavy. My spine and my pelvis are neutral. That means the pubic bone and the sitting bones are quite parallel. Exhale, we can sit down. Inhale, we rise up. Press into the feet as if you were ripping the mat in half. Exhale, we sit down. On expire pour s'asseoir. On inspire pour allonger. Exhale to sit. Inhale to rise. On expire. Inhale. And we exhale. Spread the toes. Long neutral spine. Pelvis is heavy and neutral. En inspirant, lève. Les pieds parallèles. Now exhale the feet parallel. You can draw them slightly into a little bit more of a pigeon toe if that helps, but not too much. We don't want to hurt the knees or hurt the hips. Now let the tailbone be heavy. We lengthen through the spine, opening the chest. We fold forward. Now we'll stay right here in neutral. Okay, so I'm going to look like this. Same thing. Lift and flatten through the core so that I'm not like this. Okay, if I find myself here, I start with that action of lifting the belly and then I open the hips back. It's almost like I want to encourage the belly to come towards the thighs, almost like giving birth to something, but this is almost too much. So I lift and flatten here through the belly, pressing into the outsides of the feet to engage the hips. Now the hands can come to the hips. You can open them out to the side if you need. From here, hollow the groins back. You'll feel the thighs gently internally rotate as you find that gentle pigeon toe through the feet. If you're capable, from here, you can consider folding forward. If you wanted, you could even clasp the hands behind the back and engage your posture. But if you're good right here, then just stay right here. We'll stay for 3 more breaths. Press those thigh bones back, engage the core, lift the belly. My spine is neutral. So again, I'm not rounding. Open the pelvic floor back, lift the belly, chin towards the throat. Now we can exhale, everyone. We'll walk the feet in slightly and bend the knees, then we can release. We inhale, the chest comes first, and we rise, lifting the arms on an inhale. Exhale, the hands come down. Now we can heel toe back to center, or we can exhale, bend the knees, and jump. Now from here, we're going to take an inhalation. Exhale, swan diving, engage that core. Same principles. Now we can exhale, bend the knees, the hands come down. Now typically we'll inhale back to a flat back. Exhale, hands come. We can take your step or your jump to your plank pose. Now same principles. Hands under the elbows, shoulders under the elbows. Now I'm going to float myself slightly forward to keep this elbow over top of the hand. Engage the core, exhale down. Come to the belly, hands under the elbows, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Chin stays towards the throat, so I'm not lifting the shoulders or the neck or the chin. Engage down. The legs here, the big toes are touching one another. Les grands orteils sont ensemble. Les omoplates vers l'un l'autre. Now I engage. As I continue to engage the shoulder blades together, I draw them down the back. My entire spine, the muscles of the spine are engaged. Now press into the hands again. Keep the shoulders down the back as I lift. Turtleneck out of the shell. Heart opens through the door of the arms. Exhale, downward dog. Lengthen the hips back. Lengthen the groins, the thigh bones away. Now we're going to stay here for about 5 more breaths. Love is not jealous. And now we exhale, the knees come down. If you want, you can actually turn it into more of a jumping forward, if that helps. Now, we have 2 options for this posture, Paschimottanasana. If you have very tight hamstrings, just bend the knees. And if you have your blanket, we'll fold it so that it's a couple inches thick. Excuse me. Now, you can take your sitting bones onto the blanket, and you see you can slide them slightly forward so the sitting bones themselves are hanging off. Now, that's an action. So if I do it here, it goes from, my pelvis can go from round. You see how I'm round here in my lower back? But if I walk my sitting bones forward and let them slightly hang, the sitting bones hang down, I can open through the pelvic floor. Excuse me. But it enables me to have a more neutral spine. So we can add our blanket to encourage this. If you're comfortable, if you have more flexible hamstrings and hips, you're advancing your practice, you can go ahead and lengthen the legs. If not, please bend the knees. We'll get there, but I encourage you then to float the belly forward. Keep that pelvic floor open and just relax the head between the knees. A few more advanced, of course. The belly floats forward, the hamstrings are open, the legs are quite neutral, though internally rotated gently. What's important here is that the spine is equally extending, or I should say flexing, through each of the vertebrae pretty much evenly. So I'm not rounding or extending more in one area. You see, like now I'm really exaggerating through the thoracic spine. But I engage through each of the vertebrae evenly so that not one area is left undone like it would be now if I was like super tight on my shoulders, right? Draw the shoulders down, chin towards the throat, and then it's a nice straight curve or even curve from the base to the crown. So we can stay here. Je vous encourage de rester. Stay for another 3 breaths or so. L'amour n'est pas jalouse. Now, one vertebrae at a time, we can roll back up. Une vertèbre à la fois. Je peux rouler pour une posture assise. I can remove my blanket, come down onto my back. Nous allons terminer avec un back bend. We're going to finish here with a gentle back bend. Draw the elbows into the sides. Walk the shoulder blades together. Heels are under my knees approximately. My feet are not wide, nor are they together. My feet are hip width. Les pieds sont la largeur des hanches. Okay, I might even be able to touch my heels. I can gently pigeon toe if I need, but it's not necessary. Press into the upper arms. Already you can see I'm lifting my chest. I'm starting to prepare the shoulders. Press into the feet. Keep the weight on the shoulders and the upper arms, not the neck. Chin comes towards the throat. Now, you can slightly engage the buttocks, but please don't over-engage them. It's not necessary. That will turn you into an external rotation. We want an internal rotation of the legs. Keep pressing into the arms to lift the chest to the chin. Press to the feet. Engage through the thighs, hamstrings, buttocks, and lower back to lift the hips. If you can lengthen the arms, press them down. If you have trouble, turn the palms open, press the arms down like this. But if you're very flexible, you may be able to clasp the hands. That's okay. You can do so, press into the floor. Now, if you're having a lot of trouble in this posture, open the arms wide, turn the palms up, walk the shoulder blades together, bring the weight onto the shoulders, not the neck. And from there, you can consider walking the hands slightly closer to the body, but keep that external rotation of the arms with the palms up. Actually, this is it's an external, I think, rotation. When you feel ready and balanced, you can gently exhale and release. Love is not jealous. On prend un instant ici juste à faire une réflexion. What does that mean to you? Love is not jealous. Now, allowing there to be forgiveness in your heart. If you have experienced this jealousy, and let there be gratitude for the times when there has not been jealousy. From here, we can exhale the knees slightly to the chest. And if you're comfortable, you can let the spine round by lifting the knees to the forehead. And we can exhale now, releasing, preparing for Shavasana, we can let the legs and arms grow long, equidistant from the body's center line. If you have your blanket, you can just take your blanket and place it under your head. Give yourself a little support. If you have a sweater, please go ahead and put that on. And if you have additional blankets, then cover yourself with them. Keep yourself warm. You'll be glad you did. Now, if you have a light in the studio, then you can shut the light off or close the blinds just to help yourself find a little bit more darkness. As you cozy yourself up for this final moment of relaxation. Now we let the eyes again be soft, the tongue soft, face is soft, le visage doux, les yeux relâchés. Et on attrape le souffle, catching that breath. Love is not jealous. L'amour n'est pas jalouse. And we can begin to deepen the breath in the body. On approfondisse le souffle. Please take a moment here while you're lying down to give thanks for one thing you are grateful for. Je vous encourage de prendre ce moment ici à pratiquer la reconnaissance. Quand vous êtes prête, when you're ready, you can begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. On commence à bouger les doigts et les orteils. Rocking the thighs, bending one knee at a time, on plie un genou à la fois. Rolling to the side, nous roulons vers le côté. Le tête lourd, the head heavy, we roll ourselves up one vertebrae at a time. Now coming into a seated posture, spine is long, letting those thigh bones be heavy, letting that grounding action, that hollow groin carry you with your day. We close, bringing the hands to the heart. God bless you. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. My name is Tegan, that loving voice, as you know. And please, if you have any questions, comments, if you'd like me to give a particular sequence, if you have any recommendations or even any tips, if you're a yoga teacher, don't be shy. You can post them in the comments. Please share this video with your friends, and email me if you have any questions at all. thatlovingvoice@gmail.com. You can check out my website too, thatlovingvoice.com. I'll see you next time. Bye.